Go
So
ahead.
I've seen a video of the guys. They use the laser, and like they do some research and find out that the laser, because the laser is straight and the laser is actually bent like point oh 1 millimeters. I don't know, but yeah, it's bent. So can I please ask why are you believe in the earth is flat? And I need to have the answer to why am I believe the earth is not flat.
Okay, well, you tell me why you believe the earth is flat. Go ahead. Understand
Yeah,
you. Go ahead.
so yeah, I believe the earth is flat because yeah, you see that's experiments, because I know that the laser is straight, is
Mm,
very straight. And
yeah.
you and the research show that the laser from the site, I call it A, and
Yeah.
they like turn on the laser and go it to the B side, and
Yeah.
actually it's go up like a point 00, like very little, but it's bent. It's like go up a little bit. So is that the proof of what the earth, like what's the earth is not flat?
No, not really. No, because there are several uh, um, observations that have been done with laser beams where they're hitting the target dead on, and they're not moving. The light is not bending down or up. Sometimes that can happen. Admittedly, rare. Most people prefer to do these tests obviously at night, where temperature and humidity is dropped, so that would reduce the refraction and the bending of the laser beam. Some others have created, customized their laser beam so that it doesn't diverge outwards, so it focuses, and then they reduce the target to like 3 inches square over 24 miles, and they hit the target. So no, it's a good proof for surface of Earth being level. Definitely, it's a good
Oh,
proof.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So if the earth is flat, so what is beneath the earth? Space?
That's it. It's a good question. What's beneath the Earth? Obviously, the magma that make up volcanoes and volcanic activity, that's down there. How deep the Earth is, we know it to be only 12 kilometers, which is 7.6 miles. We know this because Russia, they drilled the hole. It took 20 years, and they drilled 7.6 miles. That's 12 kilometers deep. That's it. That's how deep we know the Earth goes, especially in Russia. 20 years, okay? What's under the Earth, apart from the magma, some water, anything else? I don't know. I haven't been down there. I don't know.
Okay, so that's as you guys believe is that the earth is flat and you don't know how deep it is. Yeah.
We know it's 12 points. We know it's 12 kilometers, 7.6 miles deep. We know that. We know that there are some gold deposits, some platinum, some oil, some uranium. These things are there. We don't know. We know it's not a ball, and we know it's not 4,000 miles deep. And
Okay,
it's not a
so
belief. It's not a belief. It's knowledge. We know this. Okay, this is
okay,
knowledge now.
so
Yeah,
okay, can you
what are you even saying? Do you think you know how deep the Earth is? Do you think you can dig a 12,000 mile hole and come out on the other side, or eight thousand
okay,
miles, whatever it is?
so can you explain or the stars, like is the stars going around us or something like that?
Yeah, that's a good question. The stars are operating or rotating above our heads. Earth itself isn't moving. We do not move. Everything rotates around us. We are the center of creation, Earth. Okay?
But okay, so
Ah,
how
okay, okay.
how does ship from like a Fiji or New Zealand go to the USA without like drop to the space?
Why would they do that? If they're going to go to America, they just fly across the flat Earth and get there as they do every day of the week.
You see, there's a brand called Fiji water. You know that?
I know the Fiji water. Yes, I know it very well.
Yeah,
What
and
about it?
they transport the Fiji water from Fiji to America by you see by boat. Like
Yeah, by
there's
ship or by plane. It depends, but yeah, ship. What
yeah
of it?
by ship, and
Yeah.
they go across the Pacific Ocean
Yeah, that's
as
right.
I yeah. So how do they go across the Pacific Ocean without dropping? Dropping.
Falling off the edge, you're
Oh,
going to say. There is no edge for them to be falling off of. They're following a circular route. Let me show you on one of the images. Hang on a second.
Okay, well,
Give
let me
me.
straighten this guy out because listen,
Yeah, go ahead. Straighten him
we
out. Go
know
ahead.
what you've seen on the internet, right? That we think the Earth is a disk in space. We don't
Yeah,
think that. Okay.
yeah, absolutely. I was going to get to that eventually. I just want to let him.
Yeah. Well, it's
I'm
like the
reading him out on the
origin
line.
when they start asking these type of questions. That's like the origin. It's like what they're imagining in their mind is like a space
Yeah,
disk. How deep
yeah,
is it? How wide is it? Like, can I go to the edge? Like, bro, there's no outside the flat Earth, bro, where you can go around it.
yeah, yeah. I gathered that's what he was up to already. I was just letting him go on the line. You know, I've got it. It's like a pike on the line. Let it go. Let it go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gentlemen, I've got a question for you, if you don't mind. It's a serious
Yeah.
question.
Let me just deal with this. Let me
Oh,
deal with this
sorry.
young man first,
Go
and
ahead.
then you can come up there. Sorry about that.
No worries.
So, can
No,
you
you're
look?
good.
Thank you. Can you look at the image I posted in the side chat with the circumnavigating the Earth? So you can see that they don't need to go off any edge, and they can still go to the Pacific Ocean and get to America from Fiji quite easily. Can you see?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So remember that.
But
Yeah. We're not a
okay,
disk in space.
how if we go like straight north or straight south,
Okay.
why not we like go to the edge and drop?
Well, it's never been done. All right. So like, let's say from the north to the south to the north again. That's never been done. And if you're going to go northwards, you can head on a heading going north. You head east. You're going in a circular motion. If you're going west, you're heading on a circular motion again. Okay. So it's not possible to go to the edge unless you're having a heading. And now, when you put yourself on a heading to the edge, as you put it, you're not going anywhere. You want to go to a country, a destination where you're doing business. And that's where the continents are. So you'll never go to the edge. There's nothing out there. No one's living there. There's no business commerce there. Think. It's logic,
But,
isn't it?
but for the
He
sake
thinks
of
you just showed him a
exploration.
space disc.
Wait, please wait for the young man to
Sorry.
He thinks that with that cartoon, you just showed him a space disc, I think.
No, that wasn't a space stick. Oh, that one was. Yeah, this one was. This young man is, but that's got nothing to do with me. As we've clearly stated, that's not us. Nothing to do with flat Earth. Nothing to do with us. That's imagination gone wild.
The AE map with the east to west circumnavigation on it. I'm sure he has
That's
no
not a
clue what
disc.
we're talking
That's
about.
not a disc at all. That's not a disc. It's an illustration, is all it is. If you want to go beyond that, that's your imagination gone wild. So don't put that forward and don't put that on me, because I'll smack you in the jaw with another fact. Shut your mouth. Now, young man, anything else? Listen, you're not
Can I
talking
ask?
to a mug here, mate. You count yourself fucking lucky. Anyway, young man, have you finished with your questions? Because somebody else has a question.
Uh, okay. So can I ask just one question? Does
Yes,
fish
one
go
more.
to the edge?
Sorry?
Fish, the fish.
I have no idea. There is no edge that you keep talking about. Whatever fish do, they do. They're not suffering. They're not dying. They're enjoying their lives.
Look,
If you want to do that, if you want,
hold on, Jen. The flat
yeah,
Earth
go
you're
on.
making up in your head, we don't believe in that flat Earth either. Why don't you address what we actually believe instead of just making up some nonsense about an edge? We've been told five
Yeah.
times nobody thinks there's an edge, and you keep saying the same thing over and over. Now, either you have a hearing problem or don't understand the word edge when we say it, but you understand it when you say it.
Yeah.
My edge is like the edge, and you fell off the space. So what's
Yeah, but
your
it's
edge?
good.
Why would you fall to space?
Yeah.
Then how's do the
What do you go
sky
to
have
space with a
star?
parachute? Go to space with a parachute, man. We don't need rockets. We jump off with a parachute. There is no space, brother.
I mean, let's just, for the sake of his argument, let's just say that there is a edge and you can fall off it. Even at the
No, it's
moment.
not.
No.
Straw man. No, you're
Just
not
for
gonna
the, yeah.
voice that
I
shit
know,
on us, brother.
I know.
You're not gonna force it on us. Okay?
I'm actually trying to help you here, so just relax.
No, you're not.
You're not helping us. You're not
Oh
helping
my
us.
god.
Well, no, thank you. If you're trying to help,
Okay.
take the
Okay.
feedback. No, thank you. Your
All
help
right,
is
I'll
not
shut up
needed.
then. Sorry.
You're not helping us. Yeah.
I was
Right.
just
Yeah.
trying to
Because
end
we're
this
not
whole
at this.
fucking conversation because he's talking about fucking edges and edges and edges.
Yeah,
as
and we're
he keeps
explaining. Yeah,
edging,
hang on.
he's
We're
fucking
explaining it clearly. Clearly, you understand. Now we're trying to get him to understand, right? And it's just that he needs to understand that his image of Earth is incorrect. We don't believe that, and he needs to acknowledge that. He's competent enough to do that because he's being smart enough to put up these silly little ideas that he's putting up. So let us reach him our way,
Yours.
and then
Yeah,
he'll
no.
realize it. Please, thank
Go
you.
for it.
Thanks for your attempt, though. I appreciate that, and I mean that sincerely.
You're
I
good.
didn't know we had. Yeah, thanks, guest mod. I didn't know we made a guest mod.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
we didn't.
young man, have you finished with all your questions? Because somebody else has a question. You've asked 5
Hey.
questions, more like straw manning us. So, if you finish there, I'd like to engage the other guy at least. Is that possible?
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, young man. Yeah, the guy with the question. What's your name, mate? Sorry.
Pug. Just call me Pug. It's good.
Pug. Okay, Pug. Right, go ahead.
Right. I just have a very quick question. I tried to ask it the other night, but people thought I was being a bit like a sarcastic or nothing like that. But I wasn't trying to be sarcastic. I was trying to be genuine, like I am now. Okay, so the world is flat. That's fine with me. We did believe that for fucking, I'd say around 5,000 years at the very least. So there is foundation there. So it's not fucking nuts. So what's the point?
What do you mean? What's the point? God created a flat Earth so we could live on it and enjoy it. That's the point.
Sorry. What I mean to say is,
okay.
What's the point of lying about it? What's the point of covering it up?
Why would they lie? Well, you think about it. What do they gain? They must gain something.
What do they gain? Exactly. That's what I'm trying to find out. Like, I tried to find out from other people, but I don't think they knew, so I don't think they wanted to answer. But I hope someone here, at least,
Well, first of all, you have to admit it would be speculative because we're trying to read people's minds, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying, okay, perhaps I'm.
Well, wouldn't it be speculative?
Does anyone have any insight? Is what I'm trying to ask. Does anyone have any insight?
We can speculate.
Give you that.
Hold on. Just hold it. Everybody chill, bro. It's really simple. Like, you say, why would they lie? Like, who's lying? Like, when you actually go think about who has to be lying, most people just believe it, and when they say it, they're not lying. The same way, like, hey, man, I believe in ghosts. They're not lying.
Oh, no. I'm talking about like this. If in order for it to go from flat Earth to globe, in order for that to happen, something, world governments and fucking scientific communities all around would have had to get together and agree uniformly.
Mind your language, bro. That's all. Just yeah.
I'm sorry. Who's
just mind
swearing?
your language, please. You just used the F word, and
I said
it's
uniformly.
age appropriate.
I said uniformly.
No, but you've kept using
Let's
the
just
F
keep
word
going,
since you
bros.
started
Come on.
talking.
Okay.
Just a friendly reminder. That's
I'm
all.
sorry. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
No worries.
Yeah.
Can I just, before you go on, you have a faulty premise. So the idea that the Earth was a globe was come about around 300 BC. Now, no one would make the argument that that science was even a thing, much less a unified scientific community around the world. The Chinese were flat earthers into the 20th century.
Right. So
yeah, so it was never like a unified idea. It was an idea that arose in primarily Western. Hold on. It's an idea that arose primarily in Western civilization, and as Western civilization conquered the world, that idea was foisted on everybody else.
Right,
and they
right,
came
right.
to believe it.
Right. So that's kind of my point is, if they knew that the world is flat, like
They don't know. That's what we're telling you.
but you just said that they had the foundation of it. They had the idea.
They had the idea, but it's just an idea. They don't know. Right? It's just an idea in their head.
But once again, like,
how would they know?
No, okay, fine. But what's the point? What's the point of lying about it?
They're not lying. It's the same false premise. It's not a lie. It's an erroneous belief.
I'm saying the West. Okay, the West are these fucking guys that. Sorry, yes, I do know what you mean. I know what you mean. Yes, yes,
erroneous belief that's passed on by tradition. You understand that? It's erroneous belief passed on by tradition.
Okay, but you see, planning, expansion.
Doesn't have to be planned. Is Santa Claus planned?
Listen, please. When you're building states, when you're building countries, when you're building infrastructure, when you're doing all of these things, when you're planning ports, etc., all of these things have to be factored. And at the moment, they factor them under the idea that the world is a globe.
No, they do not.
Yes, they do not. Man. Trade routes are done because of that.
Show us.
No, I don't.
No, actually,
trade routes, airport routes, everything is done under the idea that we cannot cross.
They're all done on a flat Earth, bro. You're mistaken.
Yeah.
What do you?
You've got.
If you actually look, bro. We're here because we had the same idea as you do, and then we checked, right? Oh, they must use all this stuff. They must use a globe. They do not.
Gentlemen, it's not that they use a globe. They use to use your words. And once again, like, I'm on your side when I say this. So that's what I'm trying to. But I think you guys are just misunderstanding me. That when they plan this, they plan under the assumption. Now, I'm even saying the word assumption here, okay? That they cannot go straight. They have to go around.
Okay.
So that's why.
Okay.
That's why, for example, we go through the.
Okay, we're only addressing one thing at a time, bro. We're going to address one thing at a time. Now, you said they use a globe to plan to go around. That's circumnavigation, right? So you have the idea that circumnavigation only works on a globe a particular way. But circumnavigation just means navigating in a circle. That's all it means. You can circle your house and circumnavigate your house that don't make your yard a globe.
What?
So I'll give you an example. So say I have a pole in the center of my yard, and I take my left hand and point it at a pole and walk. But I keep my hand pointed at the pole. I will go in a circle around that pole, right? And if that circle is big enough, it'll seem straight, like a straight path, but it'll actually be circling around a central point. This is how circumnavigation works. We circle around a central point.
That is not how circumnavigation works.
Yes, it's exactly how it works.
No, it's not.
How the latitude longitude system works.
The whole point of it is that because of the way that the world is, it's not a perfect circle as such, and it's not all the bodies are not the same. That's why, for example, that they say that if you take America as a landmass and bring it into Europe, it would be much smaller, and so on and so forth.
That's the Mercator map. Well, you're not educating us. We know all this stuff that you're talking about.
I'm not trying to educate you. I'm trying to get you to educate me in the fact that if that is the case...
So you use the Mercator map?
I'm trying to get you guys to basically tell me, like, what is the hidden treasure, the hidden secret,
There is no secret, dude.
Because at the moment...
Okay. So check this out, Bad Pug. You can go down to the ocean. I assume you're in the UK by your accent. You can go down to the ocean. You can go to Dover and see Calais from Dover, right? Can they hide that?
What?
You can see
Can they
Calais,
hide?
France from Dover. Can they hide that?
I've never actually tried to
Well,
see
you
Calais from
can.
Dover.
There's plenty of photographs of it. You can see it the other way too. You can see from Calais to Dover.
Okay.
So that view should be impossible on a globe. They can't hide that.
Why?
So
Why should it be impossible?
nothing is hidden. You are offered an idea, and people accept it. That's the way it is. It's not hidden. It's not a lie. There's just a bunch of people that believe an idea is reality, and it just gets passed on by word of mouth, and everybody believes it.
I mean, listen,
Some great conspiracy, dude. Your premise that there's some grand conspiracy, it must exist, is wrong.
No. Listen, for that, I'm with you. Like, I 100% agree with you that most of the stuff that we take for granted is passed down from. It's the oldest rule of law. Like, we pass it down from generation to generation to generation, and so something that is completely a misconception is accepted as fact because that's the way it's always been.
This is one of those ideas.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I even came in here with the idea that I agree with you, but planning-wise and stuff like that, it just doesn't make any.
It doesn't work the way you think it works in practice.
Logistically, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't work the way you think it works. I don't know how many times I can say that. It doesn't work the way you think it works in practice. They don't plan, engineer, build, or do anything based upon a globe.
No, not on a globe. Like, they don't literally take a globe and like, hey, let's see. They use the ground because the ground is what I'm saying to you. If it was a flat Earth, there wouldn't really be that much of a fucking terrain shift. Not that much. And you wouldn't have to prepare.
What do you mean by terrain shift?
Literally the fucking tectonic plates that keep
the tectonic plates
all over the place. What the hell?
Yeah, you're dropping too many F-bombs, man. Can you drop the F-bombs, please? Stop dropping them.
It's not our look. It isn't even our beef. I wouldn't care if you swore. It's like the owners of this Discord want it PG-13. So.
All right. Yeah. I'm sorry, dudes.
No, it's fine. It's not even us.
No, it's me. Don't worry. I'm sorry. I've got a potty mouth. I'm sorry about that.
Because there's kids in here or whatever. So.
I get it. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I believe. That's what they told us because I dropped F-bombs like crazy. So I
haven't actually come across any kids here, but it like in the server. I mean, but I do get your point. I'm sorry. That's totally on me.
Yeah. So.
But yeah,
the Earth. So things like latitude. This is covered because this seems to be like a recurring freaking theme today. Is the latitude longitude system, right? Of coordinates. That is not an Earth-based system. It's based upon the stars. So for forever, yeah. And you can't even find your latitude and longitude using the Earth. You can only find it using the stars. So they don't use a globe per se to even find these things. Like if I said, hey, you can't see the sky, now find your latitude and longitude. Can't do it. It's physically impossible. It's just impossible. Because longitude is based upon the sun, and latitude is based upon what's called the celestial equator. So where you are relative to when you look up and you see the celestial equator, where you are relative to that defines your latitude. And what time it is relative to Greenwich Mean Time defines your longitude. Right? If you know the time in Greenwich Mean Time, so you need a clock. So this coordinate system is what we use. We don't use any globe-based anything.
So once again, like I came here rather looking. I was hoping, but I'm guessing you guys don't, by the answers you've given me, that there has to be a larger conspiracy to this rather than I'm just not going to admit that I'm wrong. Like in terms of the government, I'm saying. Please listen.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying the governments, the world leaders across the fucking.
How would they know?
Sorry.
Bro, pause.
That's the last time I'm going to
This
do
is
it.
what
Don't
you're
worry.
not understanding. To lie, you have to know the truth and say something opposite. How would
But
Donald Trump know the truth?
Okay. So once again, it has to be a coordinated effort to lie about it.
Because
I
why?
just
And it is a
demonstrated that's
coordinated
not
effort.
true.
Because
You're not listening.
okay. I'm just going to put my point out there and then talk around it.
It's wrong.
The
Your
ISS,
premise
the
is false.
International Space Station.
International
ISS.
Swimming Station. What about it?
The International Space Station has sent us images showing us that the world is a globe.
That's funny. That's a problem.
So, if the ISS is sending us images to show that it's a globe, then it has to be a coordinated effort to spread misinformation.
Chinese one showed it flat. What about the Chinese?
They're spreading misinformation.
What Chinese one?
The Chinese claim to have a space station that's 23 kilometers lower than the ISS. It shows the Earth is flat.
Well, yeah, because it's lower. It's obvious. I mean,
23 kilometers?
Yeah.
So here's the problem. How much of the Earth do you think the International Space Station should see?
A decent chunk. I'm not really sure to be. Actually, I'm going to look again.
3%. 3% of the Earth's surface the ISS should see. So the mathematics dictate you should not see curvature from the ISS. So if you had a beach ball that was like 6 feet tall, how high would the ISS be off the top of that ball? Relative scale, do you think?
I'm not sure. Go ahead.
Based upon the images that you've seen, how far do you think it would be away? So they say the Earth is a ball of 8,000 miles in diameter.
Right.
So 250 miles above that.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be like something like 1/32 of its diameter or something.
I mean, to be honest, yeah, I don't really have measurements or anything like that. So
Okay, so it would be something like 2¼ inches off the surface of a 6-foot beach ball.
Okay.
Barely off the surface. Barely off. You wouldn't see curvature from that altitude. But it does show curvature, right? But the Chinese, because they can do math, they show a flat Earth in their fake Earth. This is the problem. You're bamboozled by imagery. And they're going to show that they're publicly funded, so they're just going to show what everybody expects to see. So I'll give you a funny quip, is that they interviewed a ISS astronaut named Chris Hadfield. He's the guy that plays the guitar and the cupola and all that crap. He was interviewed on ABC, and he said, the Earth is flat and beautiful, and it's just gorgeous to see. That's a quote. That's an exact quote. The Earth is flat and beautiful and just gorgeous to see. So what do we go by? This entire idea about the ISS and what it looks like from cameras, it's totally hinged upon credulity about the claims of the people presenting them to you. Yes, I believe whatever you say. That's the Earth from space. But how do we know that? How do we know any of that? Just believe or don't believe.
So once again, this is my entire point. Why are they lying? Like, I'm
600 people?
I'm asking if 600 people. No, dude, like I'm trying to say to you.
They don't have to be lying.
They have put the idea. They have put the idea, and they are reinforcing.
Who's
the
they?
idea.
What if they believe it? Whoever they are.
Okay, NASA, the U.S. government.
What is NASA? When you say NASA, what does that mean? Who in NASA? The guy that sweeps the floor? The guy that cleans the freaking the wall?
Oh my God, you guys are bad faith. I see.
Well, there's 40,000 people that work at NASA. You think they're all doing space stuff?
Of course not. I'm trying to say.
Okay, then who?
Guys, come on. We're adults, okay? You're trying to get me.
So I'll give you an example. I'm asking you this for. I'm asking you for a reason.
I'm trying not to swear. I'm trying to be a good faith person. You're trying to ask you questions in good faith. Trying to.
I'm asking you who.
Conversations rather than.
No, you're using rhetorical devices and pretending you're asking in good faith. It's just saying NASA. It wouldn't be everyone at NASA. It would be specific people. We want to know which specific people. Because you're trying to paint this narrative that it takes some vast conspiracy. It doesn't. Because there's only a small fraction of people that even work in this area. And so we just take the 600 ISS people. Well, they said they see it as flat. So we just eliminated them.
Okay. Fine then. The marketing team, whoever is
How would they
bringing
know?
out the images. Whoever's
How would
bringing out
they
the
know?
images. Huh?
How
What do you
would
mean, how?
they know? The marketing team.
Okay, I don't know specifically who. I'm trying to say they, as in the people who are presenting us with these images, telling us.
Marketing team.
So you don't know who or how many, but your
Of course
idea
I
is
don't.
that it takes
Of course I
hundreds
don't.
and
I'm a
thousands
nobody.
of.
I don't have connections.
Okay.
That's why I am here with you,
Okay.
gentlemen, trying to
Okay.
find
Yeah,
information.
and stop pretending, because I keep telling you it doesn't take a great conspiracy, and you keep fighting me on it, but you're here to learn, but you're not learning anything. I'm telling you it doesn't take a giant conspiracy, and I'm giving you logical reasons why, and you're rejecting them for some reason. The only people that would know for certain from experience would be the 27 Apollo astronauts, because they're the only ones that would have seen the Earth in its totality. Everybody else would be a believer. Every single other person, all 9 billion people in the world, right? And like all the people that lived and died in the last 60 years of the frickin' space programs, you know that only 700 people in the history of the space program even claimed to have been to space. So, so even if you said all of those people,
but
700 out of 15
right?
billion people,
seeing is believing, right? So the fact that they're putting out these images means that there is, in some effort, some way at all, there is a coordinated effort to misinform people, to keep the idea that the world is round rather than flat, to deceive everyone.
Okay, so
I don't think so at all.
There's a guy. Remember the iPhone had a screensaver on it of a globe?
Okay. I'm not sure what that has to do with it, but go ahead, please.
Well, I'm going to explain it to you.
Yeah, go ahead.
So it was a Blue Marble 2.0. And the guy that made that image, his name is Rob Simmons. You can go on NASA's website, and he also gave an interview that said that was all made from script data, and he wrapped it around the ball with the expectation to what people expect the Earth to look like from space.
Okay.
So everything you just said, that's demonstrated wrong. He wasn't trying to deceive anybody. He just said people expect it to look like this. I'm going to make it look like that.
Okay.
So he doesn't know. He's just getting little squares, strip data, and wrapping it around a 3D ball in software.
That's a guy creating a wallpaper. That's just someone trying to make something look pretty. That's nothing.
But it was given out as a photograph.
Right. But that's irrelevant to the conversation. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to ask. Sorry.
How is that
irrelevant?
Because, dude, I'm trying to make something pretty to sell.
That's your NASA imagery that you're talking about, dude.
Right, but the NASA imagery is coming from government scientific communities.
I just gave you the guy's name, bro. You can go on NASA's website and read what he wrote. He also gave an interview to PBS and said it's Photoshop because it has to be.
Yeah, he worked for NASA doing that image using Photoshop.
Right.
You guys need to read the captions below these images where they say they're digital composites and renders and all kinds of things.
Yes.
And artist renditions and,
of course, just like the Samsung phone did that thing with the camera where they tried to say like it was something like Super HD or some Super Duper or something.
And then they put it on the moon. It had nothing to do with some company or technology. That was a government agency, NASA, doing that wallpaper for the phone, but it was supposed to be Blue Marble 2.0. In other words, the Blue Marble is supposed to be the one they took from outer space. The same image made supposedly.
You just said it was iPhone. I'm sorry, I got a little bit confused there.
iPhone. They put it on the iPhone. It wasn't iPhone that created that. It was
okay.
NASA.
I see. Okay.
It was marketing, like you said before.
Yeah.
Right. So NASA's very own artists tell you how they compose these things. They take a wireframe mesh, a 3D model representing the globe, Sometimes it's based off of what they claim are scientifically produced models, like WGS84, just a wireframe mesh. And then they texture it with images that they take from high altitude. That's it.
Okay.
There's one that shows, like, supposedly they took in 2005, and then they took another one, like, in 2007, and it shows the exact same weather, 5 years later.
Yeah, they don't necessarily have to think that they're deceiving anybody or doing anything wrong. They believe Earth is a globe. They've got these limited strips of data that they grab from wherever, from high altitude platforms, and then they wallpaper this model with it, and then they use Photoshop to touch up the edges, to make the clouds pop a bit more. They might adjust contrast and sharpness and all kinds of things.
Okay.
The clouds are weather simulations. The clouds are like weather simulations, by the way.
Okay.
Just so you know, one second.
I got you.
1 second, bro. Just make sure you have a look in the side chat as well, because Jin has just posted a whole bunch of things. Yeah, just letting you know, man.
That's cool. Thanks, guys. It's been informative. I was just under the impression that there must be something greater, otherwise, what's the point of harping on the same message, rather, Because, like, all of these little...
Everybody believes it. Like, I use the Santa Claus analogy for a reason. Nobody told all the parents to tell their kids that Santa Claus was real. They just kind of did it on their own.
Oh, no, it's very much pushed onto the Santa Claus.
Yeah, but there's no conspiracy, right? There's no giant conspiracy of parents pushing this on their kids.
Well, NASA,
there is. Can I go to that meeting?
Do you let NASA in on it? They track, Santa Claus and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So are they in on it or they're not in on it? How many people there? Okay.
Gentlemen, see, this is what I mean. Like, you need to get on the same page and sort of relax a little bit. Kind of. Well, actually, I take that back, because I'm sure you get a ton of trolls here trying to egg you on and so on and so forth. So I do take that back. I'm sorry. That's I'm not looking at it from your point of view, because you're here on a daily basis dealing with this stuff.
It always goes to meta every time.
Yeah.
Well, you kind of try to say stop being annoying. I mean, not being annoyed at people, and that's why he kind of took it back. Say, okay, never mind, because you probably get a bunch of these people trying to troll you, but he's not supposedly trying to troll. So let's give him the benefit of the doubt, man.
I'm not trying to. I literally came in here trying to get information, and
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, man.
I've had a little something dispelled a little bit, because I was under the impression coming here that perhaps in my view beforehand was that there is some mass conspiracy about it, because perhaps the Earth perhaps goes like deep and deeper.
It's because what you read about flat earthers on the internet is that they're conspiracy theorists. Well, guess what?
No.
Oh no, you never read that before? Oh really? Okay.
I promise you I didn't. The whole idea.
Oh, you really, dude? I even knew about that before I was one.
I had no idea. What I was thinking of was purely because of how the gas prices and stuff like that. What about? I had this conspiracy of my own that perhaps.
Yeah. Bagpuss, what about this? What about this? Bagpuss, just 1 second. Are you coming from the idea that the Earth as a globe is being taught across all schools across the world? Because that would seem like a conspiracy. Every government school around the world is learning that the Earth is a globe, not flat.
I mean,
now that would make you think. That would make you think that.
Yep.
And then one more point. And then if I use the word industry, so from the deception, an industry has grown, because it has grown, and this is the space industry. We've got currently right now, we've got Peru banging on the door to get into that industry. Peru, with its low economy, wants to get into the space because they can make money. So in the one point, Bagpuss's position there, I can understand it a little bit in that Could be a conspiracy there because they're all hiding that secret amongst themselves. They know they're not going to space. Okay?
Yeah.
So let's try and get onto the same page here. This is what I was trying to say earlier on.
Yeah,
I know that's where
what
you
I'm
were going.
trying to say. That's exactly my point, is that it must be some sort of coordinated effort to deceive everyone.
Yeah, but they're not trying to deceive people on the nature of Earth. Okay? In NASA's own founding documents, they describe a space program that's to be used to psychologically leverage America's supremacy after World War II in its victorious state and its defeat of the Nazis and the Japanese, that no other country would be able to touch America's might when it comes to scientific endeavors, technology, and progress. They outlined, the Operations Coordinating Board set up by Truman and Eisenhower was a psychological operation that gave birth to the space program, which they said that they would use to project power and capabilities that they might not even have.
Absolutely, which they did.
Okay.
Which
Other countries are copying that.
That has nothing to do with hiding the nature of Earth, really. They could still believe Earth is a globe while they're doing it.
That's what's going on. That's exactly what's going on, though, isn't it? That the industry has grown.
It is.
They're deceiving people. They didn't go to the moon, but other countries are now saying they're going to the moon. Some want to go to Mars, like Elon Musk and India. India.
Right. So listen, they make these claims about these satellite launches, knowing full well that they haven't able to achieve it. But they still think even today that they could achieve it, and they haven't done it yet. So they still believe in a globe today, and they're still trying to achieve it, and they can't. But they're projecting the capability.
So now that I'm on this boat, the world is flat, and as I heard you guys mention earlier, it's the center of the universe. Once again, I'm not trolling. So what's our stance on the solar system? Like,
it's above your head. Listen, the Earth you walk on is the floor of the universe.
Right.
That's it.
So,
correct
so
that.
Mars and all that are real or not?
Hold on. Let him correct that. Go ahead.
Correct that, because the solar system indicates that we revolve around the sun, and that's not what we see happening.
Thank you.
So there is no solar system.
That's right. There is no solar system. That's my position.
Hold on. I should say this. Even in modern cosmology, they call it the cosmological axis of evil. It appears that the Earth is in the center of everything. This is how it appears.
Okay.
That's right. We are the center of creation.
Yeah, that's from studying cosmic microwave background radiation.
Okay. Like I said, I'm there.
Yeah, I know you're there. You're just trying to fine tune and tease out this deception and who could be responsible and how it's been able to be propagate for so long. Yeah.
He didn't expect to find himself in the basement of Carter's Pentagon, did he?
This is a perfect opportunity to bring up the Michelson-Morley. All efforts to measure the motion of the Earth have failed. All of them. This is why general relativity exists, because they tried to measure the Earth moving against the ether. And what they measured was the Earth is not moving. So instead of saying, hey, the Earth is not moving, what they said was the measuring apparatus contracted in the direction of motion. In the ruler, in the clocks, the clocks started cease keeping time, and the rulers stopped measuring distance. This is what they say to preserve the idea that the Earth is in motion. The entire foundation of all so-called science nowadays is based upon the results of the Michelson-Morley experiment not showing the Earth to be in motion and trying to cope with that ever since.
I agree. And that was my whole thing, that why are they doing this? Like, what's the big idea? But it all comes down to profit, I guess,
It comes down to philosophy. They want it to be this way. It becomes like the individual humans decide that they like this philosophy better than some other philosophy. Like the Copernican principle that Earth is not unique and that the Earth is not in motion. You have bendy space-time and all these philosophical concepts. But those concepts are proven because they're philosophically based. But then when they go into nature and try to demonstrate they actually exist, they fail. But that doesn't get them abandon the concept. What they say is, Well, the Earth looks flat, but it's an optical illusion. The Earth seems to be we can't measure the Earth's motion, but that's an optical illusion. We seem to be in the center, but that's also an optical illusion. They say that everything is an optical illusion, that everything is just tricking us. All reality is tricking us. But if we write some equations on a chalkboard, we can derive that all of that's fake and false because we can mathematically imagine something else.
I mean, to your point there as well, I mean, that's what they said about the A-bomb, that, it couldn't be done and blah, blah, blah. It was constantly, in theory, it could never work. In theory, it was impossible to produce. And then they took it and they stripped away from the theories and they actually made it happen. Because in practice, it was possible. But it's like you say, if it was left to theorists, nothing would be done and it would be the way it is. Fucking philosophists. Sorry, what? Anyway, I'm done. Thank you guys.
We wouldn't even have airplanes if that was the case. We wouldn't even have airplanes.
Exactly, because in theory, humans would explode the moment that they reach a certain velocity. So, no, planes are a bad idea. Trains also a bad idea because if a human goes too fast, once again, it'll explode because human tissue cannot handle that amount of stress. So, yeah.
Bad book. I don't want to give you bust your bubble, but with the atomic bomb, actually, that's come into question now. It may not have been an atomic bomb. It may have been actually a fluoride bomb. Actually, okay, yeah, it wasn't actually an atomic bomb as they keep telling us. Okay, I've got a documentary that you need to watch.
Please go ahead. I really would be interested in this. Go ahead.
It's a bit off topic.
The narrator is called, the guy's name is Christopher Bryson, who was a BBC reporter working in the Rockefeller Center back in 2004. Okay, and they were going to fluoridate the water in Leeds, in England, and the mayor of Leeds contacted Christopher Bryson in America and asking him what was the American angle regarding fluoride, because it's meeting with a lot of resistance in the UK Leeds. He said, I know nothing about fluoride from a hole in the wall, but I'll get back to you. That year, he produces a book called The Fluoride, and under that comes the atomic bomb and the Mellon Institute and everything else. And you will learn how the bomb that was called atomic bomb was actually a fluoride bomb.
I see.
Interesting. Never heard that before.
Yeah.
Listen, 24/7 Flat Earth does not endorse these side views.
Yeah, it's an interesting bow to tie on top of a conversation about how no grand conspiracy is really needed.
I know. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I can post my source for you. It's genuine, it's real, it's clean, not deceptive. Okay, I'll do that for you very shortly.
Yeah,
it's only 30 minutes.
Jen, hold off, dude. The peroxide or hydrogen bombs, that's not the topic, okay?
It's a whole different thing. Don't worry. That's just for me.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm aware of that. But it was just that it was mentioned, and I thought I'd clear that up. That's all I'm
just
doing.
For me. Don't worry about that. That's just a conversation between us.
It's just between you guys. Listen, our community 24/7, we're rational empiricists. You won't find another community like us anywhere in the world. So
absolutely
enjoy your stay. Come back.
Yeah, actually, I've got to go, but I would love to chat with you guys again. It's been a pleasure. I'm sorry I riled a few of you up through misconceptions. I'm glad we got together in the end. But yeah, take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful day.
Agreed. You've been very pleasant. Thank you.
Set the side.
Bye,
I'm
guys.
going to post that video for you. Okay.
Lovely. Just give me a tag when you do, and I'll check it later on. Thank you very much. Take care, guys.
Don't you love how he has to leave and narrate how the interaction went? Sorry, I wound you up to wasn't a misconception, dude. You had a faulty premise to everything you were saying.
It was like he was writing another article for USA Today or something.
Oh, God.
Remember when we got inundated with those reporters, one after the other, over like 4 weeks?
Well, it couldn't have been that because he had a potty mouth, so he wasn't very professional in his speaking.
Well, maybe he was trying to incite us to get like a weird quote or something.
Oh,
yeah. He wanted somebody to say the weird thing, and he got it.
Yeah, thanks, Jen.
We love you, dude. We get it.
I've never really looked into the nukes aren't real thing, so I have
I'm
no
on
opinion.
the fence. I did. I'm on the fence, dude.
Better be safe than sorry. I'll just assume they're freaking real. Can't hurt me.
Yeah. Me
it's
too.
like either way, it's fucking batshit crazy. If it's true, then these advanced space age cultures are threatening to destroy all life in the known universe if they don't get their way. Complete utter contradiction. And if it's not true, then it just shows you that they will use this sort of like art of war. Just bluff your way into capabilities you don't have, into like weapons or projection of force to try to cement your geopolitical positioning. So
right,
either
but in
way
this
you
case,
cut it, it's not a globe Earth. This is a flat Earth.
Right.
Has like a worldview, a small sad world with small sad people threatening endless amounts of violence for things that don't really matter at all. In the grand scope of the universe, you think they would have been like, damn. That's why the whole peace movement came out of the Apollo program. People are like, wow, we can't blow ourselves up now. We got to explore space for the betterment of humanity.
So regarding nukes, I think this is a good point to swivel back a bit, and Jin could probably weigh in. I think the claim is, and I think it's a good one, that the Japanese emperor, his entourage, needed basically a way out of the war, a way that could save face, and potentially the way to save face, which is important to the people of this culture, was to face defeat that was utterly complete and full, and there was no way out of it. And so something like a doomsday weapon provided that out, whether it was true or not. It provided a way for them to save face, because the emperor could claim, look, we're up against somebody that is basically better than us in every way. The honorable thing at this point is to capitulate and to let them win. And we can rebuild our society at a future date and move on. And so it's possible that army sappers went in overnight and rigged up explosives all over the place, potentially with the witting notion of the Japanese emperor in on it. And then they allowed the whole city, both of these cities, to be exploded and burn. They called it nukes, a doomsday weapon that's undefeatable, and it's provided a way for the emperor to capitulate and save face. Because the idea is an honorable emperor would recognize when somebody says better and would yield to him in order to save a civilization from further defeat and turmoil.
No, I think it was different from that, I'm afraid, because what you have is you have America antagonizing the Japanese at the very beginning. That's what resulted in Pearl Harbor. Okay, the atom bomb was supposedly dropped on Nagasaki and Japan because they wouldn't give up fighting. And in the end, they did surrender, by the way, Japan, before they dropped that bomb. They realized that they weren't going to win this, so they put up their white flag and that, but it was ignored and they dropped the bomb anyway. That's what happened. It's just that it wasn't an atomic bomb that they kept going on about. If you watch the little documentary, you will see some of that truth come to light in that 30 minutes that I posted. As for losing face, and I don't know, I think Japan did try to save face by surrendering early, but that surrender was ignored and they dropped the bomb to see what would happen. Hence the evilness of dropping the bomb twice. Okay, that's what actually happened. But, we've all got our history books maybe mixed up here. But
yeah, it's just like 80 years this week.
Like on
the 6th.
That's correct, yes.
9th,
Yesterday marked the 80th year, probably today your time now, but yeah, the 80th year anniversary. They did it. They had it yesterday for me, but correct. Well done there, Crit. He's right on the ball. Crit always. Wow. Make sure we don't lose this one. Keep him on board.
Still have a doomsday weapon, and maybe it just wasn't deployed or ready yet at the time of Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I think
how dare you say Crit's on the ball?
Yeah, I think any
honk, honk.
honk, honk, very good. I think any dirty weapon is a doomsday weapon in my book. But yes, you could be right there. Not taking anything away from what you've said, by the way. But
borehole, that Kola borehole in Russia, when they were doing that, people were like saying they're building the doomsday weapon. They're going to put a nuke down to the core of the Earth and crack the Earth in half. You're like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's not even possible.
Listen, that would be awesome. That'd be the ultimate middle finger to any other country that opposes them. I would kind of respect that kind of Machiavellian sentiment.
Crazy world we are living in.
Yeah, it's like, what
They're
the
going to
fuck
split
you
the Earth
talking
in half,
about?
Crit.
Yeah, I know, like crack it in
There'd
half.
be one half Earth that was communist and one half Earth that was, democratic.
Well, that's hilarious. Guys, ever play Wing Commander 3 back in the day? The whole premise was basically this was a video game, right, on CD-ROM, and the main actor was Mark Hamill. And basically, he saved the universe by dropping a bomb onto the enemy planet and blowing it into a million pieces using a stealth bomber.
I remember that. I remember the Mark Hamill cutscenes, yeah.
Dude, that was a freaking great video game. It had so many, top shelf actors. It was nuts. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, good game, man. I love Wing Commander. I had friends who were into TIE Fighter. I'm like, look, I get it, right? Your nice little, untextured polygon graphics. Cool. Wing Commander, I don't care that it's like sprites, right? Those are awesome. Actually, in Wing Commander 3, they were textured.
Yeah, that's what I thought. The Star Wars games were lame. I mean, the sit-down
Even Dark
game,
Forces was lame.
The only good one's the sit-down arcade game. That one was pretty good with the
X-Wing one.
Play that, the double paddle? Yeah, the X-Wing one, yeah.
Yeah, that was freaking great because the screen was so big, it was immersive. That's where I went.
The aim was separate from the direction of the aircraft, so you could turn the paddles and stuff.
Yeah, I remember that. Oh man, those were the days. So there's near my parents. I don't want to dox them, but there's this freaking awesome arcade where they've got like 60 of these old arcades from back in the 80s and 90s and late 70s even. And you can go there, pay like $10, stay all day and play. They got like a bar, you can order beer and pizza and stuff and just hang out and play these old games. They got the freaking Miss Pac-Man table that they used to have in Pizza Hut.
Oh my God. Do you remember Mario Brothers? They had a Mario Brothers flat top table.
And Donkey Kong on the other side too. Yeah, yep.
And they had the POW button. You smash the POW and then they all flip over.
The POW button, right. That became a block in Super Mario Brothers 2.
POW in 1942, that was the thing to get.
If you never had a friend that got injured by a lawn dart, potentially that was you. You haven't lived.
I remember that 1942 video game came out and people were upset, not because of video game violence, but that this Japanese company made this World War II game where the Americans can't win.
Was that Taito or something? Yeah, I had that on Nintendo. I had that. There's a sequel.
Oh,
was it 1943 or something?
Yeah, get the
Give
fuck
me a
out of
pocket
here.
full of 20-cent coins. I'll show you who can't win.
And the plane you start off with is a P-39 Lightning or something like that. Yeah, dude, I remember that game. Shoot. Ever played Tiger Heli?
A quarter for you guys, or a dime. What was it when you were kids? Was it a dime or a quarter or what to play?
I mean, I played dime games and I remember quarter games, so.
Yeah, cool.
Afterburner was 4 quarters. I'm like, screw that, guys.
Huh. Here, look at this headline. Air Force wants to buy Cybertrucks for target practice.
What?
We'll say this, right? I've been using from time to time on random Discord servers when I see somebody who is more open-minded and is like, okay, I just want to listen to it, right? I want to understand why you think that way. I do use the app and screen share, and I use then all the images and stuff, and even those flight paths, it makes people stop and actually think for a second, which they usually don't do. So there is a benefit to it for the normies of the world, right? They don't actually know about logical fallacies, nor how to debate, nor so on and so forth, right? So I think he's caring more for those people, so they can get their foot into the door and start actually doing their own experiments and observations.
Yeah, I understand all that. I'm not saying what he does is completely useless. Like, but as it was just said, like he has a presentation and he just pumps it out like making sausage, and like instead of improving the presentation and like cutting parts out, and like the parts I would have cut out aren't based upon like, well, I just don't think that's a good point. I'm just like the logic is just the same as a Glover, because you're using like the flight path, for instance. He just doesn't understand what the AE map is and what the projection of a coordinate system is. That's why he thinks it demonstrates something. It doesn't demonstrate anything. It literally doesn't mean anything. It's just a choice of coordinates. Just freaking doesn't mean anything. It's freaking not the ground, man. Like,
right. It's a human conception of a coordinate reference map. That's it. So you can take that spherical coordinate system of latitude and longitude and stretch it out to map to a freaking dinosaur chicken nugget that you feed to your 8-year-old. And it's going to work.
So for all you adults in the room that are married and their wives are feeding them dinosaur chicken nuggets, that doesn't mean anything.
I mean, you can find in some early zetetic literature, late 1800s, like Victorian, even Edwardian era, you'll find in the literature where people don't think, they're writing in their pamphlets that they don't think that there is a 24-hour Antarctic sun. And they show an azimuthal equidistant projection of how the globe was understood then. And they will show that, hey, look, nobody's ever been below 60 degrees south latitude. And if they were, that they would see the sun behave in this way. And they were all freaking wrong. And these are the people who basically fed into the modern flat Earth society. And that's not us.
Yeah, I'm divorced from that zetetic astronomy nonsense. But there is something that was... So there was a guy, he was like an astronomer that went in the south, and he made like star charts, and it turned out like when people went back to look at the stars that he said existed, something like 200 of them didn't even exist.
Yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah. That's happened recently too, within the past few weeks, stars disappearing.
Yeah. There's like some astronomer went back through the catalogs just at the beginning of the 20th century, and like something like there's like 100 stars missing.
Have you seen any of Spacebusters' Scamtarctica series?
No.
So he's claiming that he's read Gleason's book, and he's saying that in the book Gleason says strictly that no, my map is not a projection of the globe, but that's not how I made it. I don't know.
He had to put that in with the globe projection in order to actually publish it, if I remember correctly. Or make it that way.
If you read the back of the map, right, there's a back part. It says this is an extortion of a globe, right? But that word extortion means twisting. It's really hard to find that word in any modern sense, because it's always defined as the same as extortion. But it's extortion. Sorsion. It's a completely different word. It means twisting. So said it's an extortion of the globe, a twisting of the globe. I don't understand. Like I actually don't understand that part, but he definitely says it's not a projection. So if you go in the Maps channel on our Discord, you can just scroll up, and I actually have the back page. There's actually an original one in Boston at the main library in Copley. that sooner or later, I'm going to go check it out in person, take some pictures.
Reminded of there's a famous picture that goes around our community. I think it was taken from the Canary Islands or Cape Verde. There's an observatory on either of those island sets. I think it was looking east, and it's got the star trails. And because it's close to the equator, it's tracking stars along the celestial equator and to the left and to the right of it. And there's an obvious distortion in the star trail, the time-lapse footage that was taken showing in the north, to the left of this image, more coherent looking arcs, and to the right, less coherent looking arcs, where they were elongated towards the horizon. I think I can find it. Indio, do you know what I'm talking about?
That's also the one that was just posted with the double, basically the butterfly. That was taken with a panoramic lens.
Oh, that's the exact one. Excuse me. Yeah, obvious. Yeah, that's it. That's what I was thinking of. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just saying it was taken with a panoramic lens. It's not. That can't possibly depict accurately the geometry.
I see. Yep, panoramic. Okay, yep. Yeah, I see. Look left to right. Yeah.
Yeah, so the distortions are due to the lens, but if you're standing there in real life, you'll see every star move 15 degrees per hour.
That's ideal, but stars don't move in uniform, lockstep.
Well, sure they do. Otherwise, the constellations
No, they don't. No, they don't. You can go to time and listen. You can take the nautical almanac and enter the angular displacement of stars over time, and they're variable. They're regularly variable, but they're variable relative to each other.
Oh, you're talking about parallax? I mean, there's a tiny amount, right?
I don't know about parallax, but the stars move at different velocities relative to each other. It's very small, but it's noticeable over the entire arc lengths.
And don't they differ from the sun as well?
They differ extremely. Yeah, the sun doesn't move at 15 degrees per hour from your visual perspective at all. Nope. Unless you're on the equator viewing the sun at the equinox. But wherever the equator is. But wherever that is, let's say you can go there at that particular place in time and view the sunrise and the sunset. Then you'll see it do a perfect 15 degree per hour arc, which I don't think anybody's actually cataloged. But supposedly that's what you have to do. Otherwise, if you're at like 40 degrees north latitude, the sun is moving very slowly up at the horizon in the morning, and then it's hauling butt by midday when it's directly overhead in terms of angular displacement. Now it averages to 15 degrees per hour, but if you go like every 15 minutes and look at the angular velocity of the sun, it is extremely variable. Unlike the stars. Unlike the stars, dude. Unlike the stars. So sidereal motion is different. So if the Earth is rotating, right, shouldn't everything be moving due to its parallax effect at a fairly uniform 15 degrees per hour, per 15 minutes? Yes. The answer is yes, but we don't see that in reality.
Right. If you can show that stars don't move 15 degrees per hour, you can debunk the globe model.
Well, yeah, it's called proper motion, first off. But second off, there's absolute difference in variability of stars' motions. So I created a chart. You can go to time and date, and you can do it too. You can create a chart of the motion of stars. I chose several of among the navigation stars, the 57 of them. And their angular distance from horizon to zenith is variable relative to each other.
Yeah, I'm talking about the angle from an observer on Earth.
Yeah, your observer. You observe them moving at different velocities, dude.
It's actually a little bit faster than 15 degrees per hour because, 4 minutes.
On average, but they don't do it. Listen, that's the average, but they don't really do that in real time. And that's the problem. And there
So
are
you're
ad hoc
talking about-
rescuing devices called refraction and other kinds of things that explain away why it's so variable. But for the sun is the biggest debunker of them all. Because the sun might move at like 9 degrees per hour on the horizon and then like 19 degrees per hour overhead.
Did you hear the story of two physicists?
Right. If you can show that the sun moves 19 degrees per hour overhead, you can effectively debunk the entire globe model.
Good, I did that. Go to time and date, and you can look at this yourself.
So, Matt, did you hear the story about the mathematician that tried to cross the river, and he said on average it's only 3 feet deep, and he got to the middle and drowned?
Yeah, I like that.
Now, maybe time and date is wrong, right, Matthew? Maybe time and date has it all wrong.
Same with the nautical
I think time and date has it right.
Oh, okay, good. Because if you go, you're going to see what I'm talking about.
What location, what time?
Any location. It's going to be variable, except in the instance I noted.
The alleged
so yeah, we know that ancient mariners tried to avoid stars that are lower than 20 degrees to the horizon. So, I would say above 20 degrees, it's pretty much fairly uniform, right?
Yeah, well, there goes the entire Aether cosmology's Dr. Heffron's celestial theodolite observation, because guess what? They've got absolute precision at like 3 degrees or half a degree above the horizon.
Arc second. There's an arc minute. Is it arc second precision or arc minute?
So, yeah, Dr. Heffron, I've got this clipped out, actually. He says he claimed 5 sigma accuracy.
Oh,
so, I mean, we're in the millirads by that point, dude.
Oh. Dude, my head is like spinning right now to even say such a thing.
I can't listen. I'm in back chats with all these guys on a near daily basis about this, and they freaking hate my guts right now.
Dude, would he like stick the telescope inside a vacuum chamber?
No, he's using stellarium now.
Yeah, but I'm talking about for the precision of the measurement.
Yeah, they're counting pixels on stellarium on a monitor.
Oh my goodness.
Not even joking. Not even joking, dude. It's that bad.
So the bigger the monitor, the greater the precision?
Pardon for the intrusion. I just have to say I'm leaving now. I got some things to take care of. Thank you for the video and for your time. Much love. Keep doing what you're doing.
All right, man. Peace out.
Peace out.
Love you too, bro.
So if you get like a 16K monitor, you increase the precision of stellarium.
Yep, that's right. You can increase your angular resolution. Listen, Indio, I don't know what is going on with those dudes, but they are not yielding a minute, and they're on like their 15th update now. Like last time we talked, they were on their 13th update. They're on their 15th update.
Aren't they doing last night too?
Yeah, Monday night. Yeah. Monday nights do their nights.
I love those guys, man, but they're barking up the wrong tree, man.
Me too. I mean, Shane and Alan, big love. Like Alan and I used to hang out on Telegram and dissect freaking like relativity papers and stuff together, like for hours. He hates my guts now.
What? Over this?
Not necessarily this. Before it was the Aether, I'm like, listen, I don't necessarily buy the Aether, and then he ghosted me, dude.
I mean, I don't know Aether category. I don't think it has been definitively demonstrated. So I do recognize the argument. I do recognize the argument for the Aether.
Me too. I'm open to it, but I'm not accepting it.
Yeah. Because it's completely based on inference, right? You don't have the there, you know?
Right, because, I mean, like, if you were to use the same logic, then Foucault's pendulum proves the globe, right?
I mean, the same logic could prove Foucault's pendulum proves the freaking stars rotate around the Earth.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. That's right.
Oh, okay, so I
The
looked up.
stars rotating around the Earth causes the pendulum to drag.
Yeah, I said the same thing to him a long time ago.
The stars' Coriolis effect.
That's right. That's right.
I looked up the time and date.
Good.
And the sun, yeah. So for Los Angeles, from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m., the altitude of the sun changes from 72 to 67, which is 15. But from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m., the altitude of the sun goes from 46 to 33, which is 13.
Yeah.
But that's just the altitude. Is that what you were talking about? The altitude doesn't change by 15 degrees per
hour? I think it's the ecliptic, dude.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's the altitude and the heading that matters. In those cases,
that's right. You got to combine both. Yep. Dot product.
In those cases, right. In those cases, the sun moves about 15 degrees per hour, maybe after an hour after sunrise until about an hour before sunset.
Yeah. I don't know. Keep digging.
Oh, I thought you said that time and date disproved that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Sounds like you're agreeing with me, just conceding a little.
No, I'm saying that time and date shows that it moves 15 degrees per hour.
Oh, it does. Okay.
Uh-huh. Well, you could do the same thing with stellarium and the stars if you want, I suppose.